Let's talk about, from the vantage point, from your vantage point, what you think about what we've seen in the last week or so with this bill. First, Trump coming out against it, and it's therefore pushing so many Republicans to do the same. And now these stunning events of the last 24 hours, where even some of the bill's most fierce supporters, including Mitch McConnell, are suggesting it's not going to pass and they're going to oppose it. Tell us what you think.
Right. So, I mean, you know, as like a Reagan conservative, I am not against immigrants. I actually like immigration and immigrants, but I think it has to be legal. And you simply have to control the border. So I think this is a mainstream Republican conservative. It should be actually an American position. I think probably most Americans agree. Even if you like immigration, you need to control the border for security reasons. And this is where I think it gets really dangerous, right? So it's one thing to say that Republicans are playing politics and that they're putting off doing something because they would rather have the campaign issue than solve the policy. That happens all the time. You know, there's gambling, you know, in Casablanca, that kind of thing. Here's what really bothers me about it, and I think ought to bother the American people. If you are a Republican who says that illegal immigration is bringing in rapists and fentanyl and terrorists, and then you choose not to solve the problem, or at least help mitigate the problem for political reasons, that is really morally indefensible. And Jonathan, I don't really see any way around concluding that that's exactly what Republicans are currently doing.
Yeah, you're right. There's a national security element to this. So let's play this out, Matt. Assuming this bill does go down to defeat, which is now looking very likely, it may not even get out of the Senate. What do you think the politics of it will be? Immigration, polls show, has been a good issue for Republicans to this point during the Biden presidency. But President Biden is now going to be able to look at this and say, we had a tough bill. It was ready to go. We can point to all the conservative Republicans who are backing it. I said I was ready to sign it. And now it's the GOP themselves who are knocking it down, who are killing it. Is there an opportunity here for Biden, actually, to take immigration, which is one of his weakest issues, and turn it into a strength?
I think there's an opportunity. I don't know if he can realize that opportunity, at least fully. I mean, Jonathan, I can guarantee you, if Bill Clinton were president and he were going up against, let's say, Newt Gingrich, and that this same sort of showdown happened and Republicans pulled this same maneuver, I'm confident that Bill Clinton would make Republicans play. I'm confident that Bill Clinton could use his rhetorical ability to punish Republicans for this move. I'm not so sure that Joe Biden can do that. He's obviously has the facts on his side if this actually happens, if Republicans do indeed, as it appears they will, torpedo this, I think, very good border security bill. He'll have the facts on his side. Can he and his team marshal the rhetorical abilities to fully make Republicans pay politically? I'm not confident, but again, he would certainly have the facts on his side.
And lastly, Matt, this also seems to be another moment where it underscores Donald Trump's grip on the party and just this incredible uphill climb that Nikki Haley faces. We just played the two of them talking about this bill, very different, but it seems more evidence by the day that Republicans on Capitol Hill are listening to Trump, not Haley. So give us your sense here. We're still a couple weeks from South Carolina. Is that going to be the official end of the race?
I don't know about official. It's not over till she says it's over, right? I mean, she can stay in the race. I think that the race ended in New Hampshire. And in terms of, I believe that Donald Trump became, for all practical purposes, the presumptive Republican nominee in New Hampshire. I'm not sure why Nikki Haley waited until that night after she lost to actually start campaigning vigorously and saying the things that we were kind of begging her to say going into New Hampshire. But I applaud her for what she's finally got around to saying. I think it is helpful. And I am glad, as a Reagan conservative, to have somebody giving voice to me being otherwise homeless. I don't think that it matters electorally. I don't think she, at this point, has much of a shot. But she's a voice in the wilderness, and I do applaud that.
Yeah, and an important voice, to be clear. Senior columnist for the Daily Beast, Matt Lewis, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll talk to you again soon.